In 2025, I've earned over 6 figures and spent thousands of hours vibe coding. In this video, what I'm going to show you is how you can get started. Everybody's speaking about vibe coding, yet there isn't a short, comprehensive video on YouTube that is going to be as good as this. So whether you've never used a vibe coding tool before, or you're an experienced vibe coder, this video is going to be perfect for you. So to get into it, there are typically 2 different vibe coding tools that we see out in this space. Now, ones I like to call workflow vibe coding tools and the other visual. Now, to go into workflow vibe coding tools, these are tools such as Cursor, Anti-Gravity, Claude Code, Codex, Jules, also by Google. What these are typically used more by developers who already have an existing project. They could be working at a big software company where the code base is huge, but they have to do tasks like rewriting algorithms, fixing bugs, making small feature changes. These are the tools that people typically use. Now, when you think about vibe coding, a lot of people instantly think about Cursor AI, which is one of the first movers in this workflow space. Now, Cursor AI is not only used by seasoned developers, but also by normal vibe coders. But we'll get into what visual is, where it's typically building an app or a project from the ground up. The way that you can typically differentiate these 2 apps is by the fact that visual has a preview tab. Now let's say I go into base 44 and ask it to create a currency converter. Now what you'll see is it's going to start specifying what it's going to be doing. It's going to start writing code. But on the right side here, taking up most of the screen, is this tab, this window where you can start seeing what this looks like instantly. This is a brilliant feature for people who are just getting into vibe coding. And this, in this video, is what we're going to be working on. So it's this visual type of tool that I'm going to show you how to use today. Now just to specify, all of these apps typically use the exact same models. So it could be Claude Opus 4.5, Gemini 3 Pro, GPT 5.1 Codex Max, whatever. Cursor has got a couple of their own models alongside maybe Replit, who uses a little bit of a different orchestration agent. But for this video, that doesn't really matter. All you need to know is that the big AI companies such as Anthropic, which has Claude, OpenAI, which has Codex and ChatGPT, and Google, which has Gemini, they are typically the model providers for all of these visual tools. Yet it's the UI that these visual tools provide us which makes vibe coding a lot easier. So now let's get to vibe coding. And one thing that you need to do in vibe coding is to actually know what you want to build. But let's say you don't know what to build. Well, then you can always use apps like Idea Browser, where it gives you ideas of a day and you can see different market insights, for example. This isn't sponsored, I just want to help you out. And this is a really good website, even if you don't take exactly what we say, but let's say you're really interested in water saving technology, or in a mulch estimator, or a timer. You can get some ideas flowing in your head. And also, as it's vibe coding, you're not going to have to dedicate weeks to build up the idea. It's going to be more like 10-15 minutes and you're going to have your idea ready and done. So in this video we're going to be using base 44, which is the best vibe coding tool, and it's free, so you can get started for free. I'll provide a link of it down below. It is a referral link, but if you don't want to use a referral link, then you can always just search up base 44 on Google and then make your way there. So before you build your app, there are 2 things you need to think about. That is context and prompt refining. Prompt refining is when you make your prompt actually detailed so that the coding agent knows what you want. If I was to type up build me a timer, then the coding agent will literally have no clue on what I actually want. It could build a timer that is for boiling eggs, or a timer for studying, or a timer for whatever. But let's say I say build a reverse doom timer, a countdown that starts after you should have already finished. Example, you set 30 minutes and after that it shows you're now 8 minutes behind. With this prompt, it shows exactly what you want, and the coding agent has more of an idea. So it's a skill in of itself to transfer what's in your head onto the prompt. And what I use for this is I just use another AI tool. And the way that I do this perfectly is just using another AI tool. So what I'm going to be building in this video, just to show you so we can build alongside each other, is an app like Polymarket. Yet instead of having all of these different markets, it only has one daily market. Now, why I want to do this is because then it will concentrate all the liquidity, all the attention onto that singular question. For those who don't know what Polymarket is, it's a basically prediction market where, for example, you bet whether the Google stocks can be higher than 355 or lower, or what will Brian Johnson say while he's doing some certain thing, and who's the most searched person on Google. That's what I'm going to be building today. Yet there's only one singular question every single day. And what I did is I went onto ChatGPT And I said this, right? I basically gave them my idea, and what ChatGPT done is it refined it for me. So now I have this entire prompt that I can now copy and paste, where it says exactly how the backend should work, exactly my ideas. This is great because when I paste this into the AI tool, it knows exactly what to start working on, exactly the technical details. The only thing it doesn't know is what it should look like. And that's where the second tip comes in. Using Dribble, using Figma, using Mobbin, any of these websites to take screenshots of what you actually want this to look like. Let's say I was to search up prediction market. Here we can see that we have a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of components, a whole bunch of screenshots that we can provide the AI coding agent to basically say, okay, this is what we want our app to look like. This means it knows exactly what to build and exactly how we want it to look. Now, I'm not going to do that for this specific app idea, just because I actually want to see what the coding agent cooks up itself, because I have no idea how I actually want the app to look like. So on base 44, you can select between 3 different models as of currently. One's 4.5 Opus, Gemini 3 Pro, and Claude 4.5 Sonnet. Now, Claude 4.5 Opus and Gemini 3 Pro is typically between those two that I've been choosing recently, and today I'm going to be going with Gemini 3 Pro. I find Gemini 3 Pro overall the best, especially when you're doing more complicated tasks. Yet for this idea, it's a little bit more complicated, as you can see. It's working a lot with Supabase on the back end, and yeah, let's just go with it. So all you do is you press enter. So just to recap, I had an idea, but if you haven't got an idea, you can go into Idea Browser. I then went onto a visual vibe coding tool, base 44, which is linked down below. I then put in my idea into ChatGPT and it refines it for me. It said exactly how I should put the prompt. Then you can go onto Dribble, for example, or Mobbin, and then take some context and paste that context into the coding agent. And then all you do is click go, and then in a couple minutes, as you can already see, it's already coding up away. It's already coding the entities and the users and building the backend. And here it is. We have our nice little vibe coded app. You can press start trading now. Let's say we want to put in 100 credits. We press buy yes, and hopefully, as I've tried this before, it will auto, yep, so now it's 63%, so it alters the percentage. You can see my positions that I've taken. If I want to go into admin, for example, then I can say I can resolve this as yes. So we now resolve that question, and we can say, well, it's rain in London tomorrow. If London reports a precipitation of more than 2 millimeters, and then yeah, we can put in that we want it to end at 11:59 on the 1st, and then we can create the market, and then we can set it live. Whole bunch of stuff. So it's really cool, and I really like this. Great, and here's our new market. If you wanted to publish this, you just press publish, and they come up with a publish app, and you can even add your own custom domains, for example. You can go into a dashboard and look at the code. You can do a whole bunch of different stuff through the dashboard. You can look at data. You can see analytics. You can even enable agents to be running in your app. There's so much stuff you can do with vibe coding now. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.